And lots of them live in rented homes, which creates, of course, lots of problem for their countries and the counties and the places where they live in. If they are subject to death and their families have no place to go, and then the welfare has to take over and so on and so forth, it will be a big burden on the community if it was not catered for to own their own homes, their own cars, their own businesses, and finance students and all these things which all contribute to the stability of the communities and also to the feeling of belonging to that area and to that place. Especially when it is regarding the ownership of homes. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, ثلاث من سعادة المرء. There are three things which are considered to be sources of happiness for a person. And he mentioned one of them is the spacious house, al-manzil al-wasi'. You know, the spacious house is considered the source of happiness. You can accommodate your family as they enlarge and extend, and if you have other collection of books or games or what have you, it is source of happiness for people, and also sense of belonging and neighborhood and so on and so forth. So from this point of view, I cannot emphasize more the importance of retail banking and the institutions, financials or otherwise, that cater to this need. And I can share with you an international example, like HSBC, for example, Amana Finance. When they started in the beginning, they were catering to the Islamic banking communities internationally. And however, gradually they found out that catering to the retail community is much more helpful to the communities and also profitable. There are lots of gains and profits and business endeavors to be done in financing, and this is why now it is expanding in its retail business worldwide, everywhere, whether it is in Malaysia or in the Gulf, it's trying also to do that in UK and Europe, and several programs have been initiated and started in UK for home finance and others. So our esteemed Mandarin speaking moderator tells me that there is 2 minutes, but in English, not in Mandarin. So I will stop here. Thank you very much.
All right. Now we're going to invite Reverend Lindsay King to share his words of wisdom.
I bring this in case I forget what I want to say. Okay, I'll just lay that beside you there so it'll be on the edge. I just want to refer to it. Well, how shall I refer to this wonderful gathering here this morning? Shall I call you friends of God? I haven't looked up the Arabic word for friend yet. What is the Arabic word for friend?
Sadiq.
H-A?
K-H.
C.
K-H-A.
S-A-D-I-Q. Sadiq.
Oh, like Sadiq.
Yeah.
Ah, oh, very good.
Like the name of Professor Siddiqi.
Very good, very good. What about servants of God? That's a good term. Now I know that one. Abdullah. That's right. Abdullah. So I greet you as friends of God and as servants of God. And I want to bring you the greetings of the moderator. How many of you know who is the moderator? If you don't pass this one, I'm not going to let you into heaven. How many of you know who is the current moderator of the United Church of Canada? How many? 0. Make a note of that. It's a lady. Over the years, we've had many men as moderators and many clergy, It was traditional at one time just to have the clergy. But in recent years, we've had lay people. One is a Dr. McClure, by the way, who became world famous because he gave up a lucrative, as a servant of God, surgical practice, which he could have had here in Toronto or Montreal, and went off to serve in the Far East, Dr. Robert McClure. And I had as a movie actually about his life and a play about his life. And I've had the privilege of sitting beside him on several occasions when he was moderator of the United Church. The current moderator is Marty Tyndall, T-I-N-D-A-L. And I want you to also to bring you greetings from, and make a note of this, the United Church of Canada, UnitedChurchObserver.com, and look at the major article on this month's magazine is overpopulation. More tiny footsteps equal a bigger collective footprint. How many people can our planet sustain? Yes, we are interested in what happens not only in faith, but in ethics and justice and living. Yes, and even economics. That's what I want to, the words that I want to bring you aware of this morning. And one of our pastoral theology teachers at Pine Hill, you mentioned Pine Hill in Halifax, is part, by the way, of the Atlantic School of Theology, and it's not United Church, it's Anglican, United Church, Roman Catholic, and any denomination can attend. So it's a very open ecumenical approach to religion. One of our teachers said, when you preach, have a copy of the Bible in one hand and the media in the other. Whoops, that's okay. Nothing on there that I can't remember. The media in others. So, and this is why I've always been interested in the media. Thank you very much. So I bring you greetings today in the name of a church, and I hope to meet other Christians in this group. I've already met some, and our blessings of God and the message of Jesus and the inspiration of the Holy Spirit be with all of us today. Yes, incidentally, I tend to go on, so tap me when I'm gone too much overtime. Friends of God, words, symbols, stories. I love stories. Books. Words lead to books and stories lead to the founding of people and communities. And this is why we have this great book, the Quran. And I'm happy to say that one part of my family, Farah, is from the great city of Tehran. And we have had many chats about what the meaning of the Quran is all about. And we have a delightful time together, and I'm glad my son chose her. And I have 3 wonderful grandchildren with those wonderful genes from the Far East and the Middle East. And I hope that it will redound for good and glory. And my oldest granddaughter is currently finishing a degree in political economics, political science. And I hope some inspiration from her granddad will lead her to take that over into politics and into community service as well. Abraham, father of a people. Sarah, princess. My second daughter is named Sahar, which I think is the Arabic version of Sarah. Is that correct? Sahar? Similar?
No, we use Sarah as well.
You use Sarah as well.
Sarah.
She uses Sahar, so she has to be different. She's one of these different types.
Sahar is pre-dawn time. Pre-dawn.
So, Abraham was a friend of God. And incidentally, the word friend, this is very interesting. I love going back into the root meaning of words. The word friend comes directly from the Anglo-Saxon friond, F-R-E-O-N-D. And it's no doubt related to the word freedom and free. And it is the present participle for love. When someone says they are your friend, they are saying, I am loving. And love is not just an itchy feeling around your heart that you can't scratch.